sports.
Welcome to The Playbook, where we're talking sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, and we're 100% digital, 100% live, and 100% real. Let's count them down. Welcome to The Playbook. It's our digital sports show. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat. So, formerly known as the Shot Clock, this show is now called The Playbook. That is the big announcement. Surprise! Let me bring on my brother, sportscaster and podcaster, Sean Bell, who joins us every other week on the show. Surprise!
Surprise! What up? What up? Right on time for the NFL season, right?
Really? So let me explain to you why we changed the name from the Shot Clock to the Playbook. When we first talked about this show, we talked about it being a basketball show, and that's why we named it the Shot Clock. But the show has been going so good that now we're extending it, and we're going to be talking about all sports, football, basketball. We've already been talking about tennis. I mean, we talk about Naomi Osaka all the time. So it's just going to be more encompassing of all the sports, which we've already been doing that. We talk about boxing already. So that's really why we changed the name of the show to The Playbook. And Sean joins us every other week, and then Terrell is still going to join us as well.
That's right. Let's get it.
All right, so let's hop into Philly Plays. This is where we talk about the top Philly stories of the week. Of course, our Eagles. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles on winning our first regular season game on Sunday over the Atlanta Hawks, 32-6. This picture cracks me up because this man is getting lifted like he's a child, okay? But after a very shaky preseason, this puts us number one in the NFC East. All the other teams in our division lost. So how did the squad look out there as a collective to you, Sean? How are our Eagles looking right now?
Surprising, to be honest with you. If you weren't a flat-out fanatic, you didn't think they would be this crisp, okay? You have a new head coach. You got a young quarterback who's starting the season for the first time. I know he started some games last year. You got a new defensive coordinator. You have a new everything. And those guys can play live real games in preseason. So normally you come in and you have some mistakes. You have some growing pains. You have all those things to sort of shake off the rust. But there looked like there was no rust on this team at all. All right. They came in right away. We found out quickly that Nick Sirianni can call a game. He can have an offensive game plan. You saw what he did the first couple of plays, Quez Watkins, getting him involved and getting Jalen Hurts going and feeling good about himself. And they took off from there. So it was just surprising based on the lack of experience that this team has, the head coaches is included, to see them be this crisp.
Yeah, it just kind of shows maybe the culture that's being built with the Eagles and the kind of mentality that Jalen Hurts has. I will admit, going into this, I was a little shaky because we haven't seen him play a lot. I didn't feel like he's developed any kind of chemistry with his teammates. I mean, that's what the preseason is there for. But they came out and they were ready to go. We were all pleasantly surprised. Now, Jalen Hurts had an outstanding game. He came out there looking like a pro. He completed 27 of 35 passes for 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He ran 7 times and rushed for 62 yards. If you had to give Jalen a grade, Sean, what would it be?
I mean, how can it not be an A+?
Yes.
How can it not? Over 70% completion percentage, okay? No turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles, 3 touchdowns, 60 on the ground. He did everything. He was crisp. He was on point. Like, all those people said he needs preseason games. He needs preseason games. I thought he did too, but that goes out the window.
Right.
You know what I mean? I guess he doesn't need it. So, yeah, it's salute to him. It's A+ to Jalen Hurts, and it's A++ again to Nick Sirianni, because he's the reason that Jalen Hurts looked so good, looked crisp, and his game plan, all the things he put together for Jalen was perfect. Match made in heaven.
Yeah, I was really impressed by him. I mean, I was along the lines of you're kind of new to this, even though he did play last season, but he's kind of new to this. You need the practice. You need to develop the relationship and the chemistry with the people that you're throwing to. I was along the lines of that, but now I understand why they sat him. It was a strategy to help him be rested so he can be crisp for this first game. I was really impressed with how he spreads the ball across the field, how he gets all the guys involved. We started to see with Carson Wentz this relationship relationship between him and Zach Ertz, where he would constantly like go to him. I didn't see that from Jalen. I feel like he spreads the ball, he throws it to everyone. He got better and better as the game progressed, and he has a decent run game. I think it was a solid opening for him, and I agree with you. A plus. I really like his mindset. Even in like after the game, he was talking to Pam Oliver, and he was talking about all the things he could have done better, which tells you how his caliber and championship mindset progresses. For him to come off a win and then say, well, this needed to be done and we had more to do, I think it says a lot about where he is mentally, and I'm excited to see him play this season.
We also got to salute that offensive line. You saw Jordan Mailata holding my man up in the air like you said, like a little kid. That offensive line is healthy and they're studs. Shout out to the running backs with the blitz pickups over and over again. Jalen Hurts had time to throw the ball. People weren't touching him. He was able to sidestep and sidestep a little bit and then throw it to whatever his target is. You saw that accuracy to Dallas Goedert. And so throw the accuracy questions about Jalen Hurts out of the window. But the offensive line, okay, what a difference a year makes. Because last year, I know Carson Wentz stunk, but the offensive line stunk. And no quarterback behind that offensive line was going to be good. This year, they're healthy. Salute to Brandon Brooks for getting back. Salute to Lane Johnson for getting back. You got to give props to the big boys up front.
Yes, they look good. Also giving props to Devonta Smith. Congratulations to the Rook, who wasted no time in getting his first pro touchdown early in the first quarter. Let's watch.
Hurts looking left, lofting left, going for the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Devonta Smith, first NFL catch, is a score.
Why they be lifting each other like that? What's up with that? I feel like everyone's getting sunned.
Hey, do you know the weight difference? Jordan Mailata is close to 300. Devonta Smith is like 160. All right, that's easy money, right? Like you are picking up a little kid.
I feel like they're like picking up their child. It's like, Daddy, I scored.
Yeah. But again, great play call. Nick Sirianni, I'm giving him all the credit. You saw the nice little rub that gave Devonta Smith some space to get open. It's beautiful football.
Yeah. How are you feeling about him? He looks good, right?
Yeah, Devonta looks good. I mean, I never had worries about Devonta. He's a great route runner. He's going to make it do what it do, and he's going to be able to create separation, which is a problem wide receivers have had for this team for years. So you team that up with Sirianni cooking it up and making him open, he's going to be fine in this league.
Well, I'm excited. Okay. A little bit later on in the show, we'll talk about this Sunday's game. That is Philly Plays, where we run through our top Philly stories. Let's get to a word from one of our sponsors.
We've seen how far this game can go, so we take it and run.
Making moves like nobody.
For everybody.
We don't move within the lines.
We move beyond them. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA.
Yes, we are back. This is the Playbook, our digital sports show. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, Sean Bell, podcaster and sportscaster, joining me today. I want to hop into high fashion. This is where we talk about what the players are wearing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's questionable. Russell Westbrook decided to make an appearance at New York Fashion Week wearing this, an ankle-length white kilt. That's a cardigan, an off-white cardigan with front pockets and a diamond choker. What do we think about this, Sean?
I mean, it's trash. I mean, everyone knows it. He's getting roasted. It's a trash fit. Like, I'm not someone who cares about the kilt or skirt. Just make it look right. Match it with something. That right there with the cardigan, like, none of that looks good. None of that looks sharp. And none of that even looks like fashion forward or risque. Like, there's nothing about it that catches the eye. It's a trash fit.
Yeah, it looked like I want to wear this skirt and let's just do white on white after Labor Day. Like, like you're supposed to offset it with something else. I'm just not a fan of men wearing skirts. I know that Young Thug has done it, ASAP Rocky has done it. I'm just not a fan. I'm not walking down the block with my man wearing a skirt. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how wealthy we are. You're wearing a skirt and I'm wearing a skirt. We're wearing the same things. Like, I'm not doing that. It's a no for me.
Hey, look, I'm with whatever looks fashionably dope, man. That fit right there just doesn't look dope. Like, I don't know what designer put him in that and thought, hey, this the look.
Yeah.
So,
And then,
you know, I don't care. I personally don't care if a man wears a skirt, but dress it up, make it look dope. Like the cardigan with it and the shoes, like none of it.
he looks like a gladiator. He looks like he's about to go slice someone up in 300. And then Amir has a great point on YouTube. The whites don't even match, so it makes it look like a mistake.
I mean, yeah, he did that on purpose, but it didn't get there. It didn't hit. Whoever put him in that, it didn't hit.
It was not hitting. Well, let's talk about who is hitting. Shaq had some things to say about Ben Simmons on his podcast, and this is a quote. Ben Simmons, you're not that good in this league. You want to be good or do you want to be great? You're not great. But if you want to get to the next level, you have to be great and you have to put the work in on your game. Don't be putting pictures on your Instagram of your Ferrari or what actress you're hanging around with. When you play for a town like Philadelphia, Boston, LA, Miami, a hardworking town, they don't give a ish about any of that. When you come, work hard and play hard. Ben Simmons has been getting a lot of criticism because he wants out of Philadelphia and he said he will not show up to training camp. Charles Barkley, Shaq, two Hall of Famers and a lot of players have been commenting about this. I agree with what Shaq is saying, but I know you've kind of been defending Ben a little bit, Sean. What are your thoughts on this?
Listen, I think Ben should be traded. I think Ben has made a whole lot of missteps. I just don't like when old people act old. I don't like when people misquote Ben Simmons or give out misinformation. That's my only issue with it. Ben has done a lot of dumb things, but again, it's only old people 30 plus complain about what he puts on social media. Like only old heads. Like people younger, they put everything on social media. I don't care. That doesn't mean you're not working hard. It doesn't matter. But I think the most important thing said between Shaq and Charles Barkley is what Chuck said. Chuck said, I think Philly fans are the angriest that he's scared. And that's the issue with Ben Simmons. It's up here mentally. He's scared on the court. He doesn't want to get fouled and go to the free throw line. He's scared to be embarrassed and shoot it. So I don't think it's necessarily he's not working in the gym or lifting weights or shooting jump shots. It's he's scared. Like Ron Artest says, he needs a sports psychiatrist. And he's got to do it somewhere else because I agree he needs to be out of Philly.
Yeah, but I think to Shaq's point, it's like, where is your focus? We're all on Instagram, we're oversharers, we put up everything. But it's like, I think the thing is, where is your focus? Are you focused about importing your Ferrari into LA, which is where you kind of live now? I think that's what he's getting at. Like, we don't want to see this flashy stuff we want to see you putting in the work. And I know social media is supposed to be for fun, but at the end of the day, it's a representation of your brand. And his a representation of his brand right now is these are the things that I'm worried about, my spider Ferrari or whatever. I think that's what it is. Like, where is your focus? And these social things should be a reflection of where your focus is right now.
Mina, only old people. You're one of those old people now. You're the over 30 crowd. Only old people think like that who didn't grow up with social media. Only old people think.
Sir, I had Facebook, okay?
Because he posted something flag, that means his focus isn't this or his focus is that. Only old people think that way. If you under 30, ask your little cousin when they about posting and what they think of Ben Simmons, 18 or 19-year-old thinks of Ben Simmons posting. That's just the day and age they live in. They post everything. That doesn't mean their focus is this way or that way.
Sir, I had Facebook. So don't play with me. I had Facebook when it was only for college students. You had to have an syr.edu to be on Facebook.
I know you millennial. I know. Leave them Gen X kids alone, bro. They got different rules.
All right, moving on. We got to talk about something really big. So a big part of this show, and this is why this show isn't like a lot of other sports shows. Yeah, we talk real sports, but then we also talk about the messy stuff, the messy side of sports, which a lot of the times the real sports outlets will not cover. But we also cover how sports and music intersect because they're starting to become so, enshrined in one another. So this is really big. The same label that gave us the Migos and manages Cardi B has made a huge move in the sports management world. Quality Control Sports Management has signed New Orleans Saints star, the running back, Alvin Kamara, and he just left Rich Paul's agency, which is a powerhouse agency, which is responsible for Ben, Trey Young, LeBron James. I mean, the list goes on and on. Is this the new Rock Nation, Sean? Is that what we're witnessing?
I'm not. No, it's not Rock Nation. Okay, first and foremost, let's not even go there. But this is nothing new though. Like Master P did this. The genius he is, right? He did this in the 90s. Yeah. All right. Like he had a group, he had sports management and all that, right? So it's something that's been done. It's nothing new. And I think Quality Control and all those people probably understand what Alvin wants to be, what his brand wants to be. Rich Paul doesn't come from where Alvin comes from. He doesn't come from, the South. He doesn't come where it's interconnected like that. Alvin wants someone who represents him more. And that's
right. And he wants to get those Nike deals, those kind of those sexy, cool things that add to his career.
Yeah, I mean, Rich Paul does all those deals, obviously the cool Nike things, but he's not gonna necessarily link you up with the Migos and do certain things in the South that new management group could do. So, again, it's nothing new. Salute to Master P, for really being at the forefront of this. Salute to the 2 Live crew who used to dabble into this. Mr.
Sir, you bringing it way back, sir.
We were talking about being old. Okay, I'm letting you young cats know, and meaning you ain't that young no more, like we pointed out.
I'm not in the 2 Live crew pool.
Okay. And Rob, I know your sports history, your sports management history. This ain't nothing new.
All right, let's talk about history. Speaking of, I want to say congratulations. This is such a pivotal moment to Maya Shaka. She is the first African-American woman to officiate an NFL game. This is her. She is incredible. Yes, clap it up for that woman. Now, before officiating Sunday's game between the Jets and the Panthers, Maya said, "This is a historic moment to me. This is an honor, and it's a privilege that I've been chosen to represent women of color in the most popular sport in America." It is crazy that we've had to wait all this time to see a woman, and she has banging hair, to be officiating an NFL game.
I mean, you know how the old boy club does. You know how the old boy crew does, and they've kept people out for years and years. But bottom line is, Black women belong in sports everywhere in sports. Okay, and they do a great job just as well as anybody else, just as well as a man, anywhere and everywhere in sports. So salute to her, and hopeful for a long career, and sets an example for many more to come behind her.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to track her down, because I got Doris, so I'm gonna try to get Maya. Okay.
Hey, it's much harder to get on that field. You was able to touch Doris. You got to do a lot to get on the field to get.
Listen, I'm gonna get Maya. Listen, I'm on my quality control. Okay, we going from music to sports. So look, let's get into plays this week. Our Eagles are taking on the 49ers this Sunday at 1:00. This is our first home game at the Lincoln Financial Field. What are you expecting from this game, Sean?
This is the game that's going to tell us what the Eagles are, right? Like, the Falcons are trash, right? Like, my man Hugh Douglas fooled me and told me that the Falcons were going to be okay this year. Hugh, you lied, okay? You lied to me, or you just didn't know. But Atlanta was terrible. The 49ers are legit, right? Like, they put up 41 against Detroit, and Detroit's not a good team either, but we know what the 49ers do. We know Kyle Shanahan and their offense, so the Eagles are going to get the first taste. The good thing about this game, though, is the 49ers are on the road for 2 weeks in a row, Once in Detroit, and now all the way in Philadelphia. That time difference, that 1 o'clock start is a big difference. So normally I would say, if this was a home game for the 49ers, I would say easy money Niners. This is going to be a close game. I'm still going to give the edge to the Niners, but it's going to be close.
All right, we'll see. You know, Sean's percentage.
My percentages are great.
It'd be a little questionable, so we
ask the Sixers, Mina. Ask the Sixers. I was dead right.
Shots fired. All right. Thank you for watching the Playbook. Don't forget to check us out every Monday at 1:45 on our digital spaces. Digital, okay? R&B Philly, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And Sean, I appreciate you. How can they find you?
As always, Sean Bell Live everywhere.
That's right. I'm Mina SayWhat. We'll talk to you next Monday, 1:45 here on the Playbook.
Thanks for watching The Playbook. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, and you got something you want to talk about next week? You can always hit me up on social media at Mina SayWhat, and make sure you join us 1:45 next Monday on R&B Philly's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you then.